Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Good evening,
children.
ma'am.
Good evening, children. Good evening. Yes, we finished the first four sums in the last class. This is the next one. An ant is moving around a few food pieces of different shapes scattered on the floor. So some food pieces are scattered on the floor and an ant is moving around. Around meaning it is going along the boundary. It's moving around. The ant is moving around a few food pieces. So it's going along the boundary of these three different food pieces which is lying on the ground. For which food piece would the ant have to take a longer round? In other words, you have to find which food piece has a greater perimeter. Whichever food piece has a greater perimeter, there the ant will have to take a longer round. See here, it's very clear. The ant is moving around, meaning it's going along the boundary. So this is one foot piece. The ant is going along the boundary of this foot piece. Then this is the other foot piece. So the ant goes along, the boundary of this foot piece. And this is the third foot piece. The ant goes along the boundary. It goes along the boundary like this. It goes along the boundary of the third foot piece. So where the ant has to take a longer round is the question. So wherever the perimeter is more, there the ant will take a longer round. All right. Now the first figure is a semicircle. You can see here, it's a semicircular region actually. This one is called a semicircular region. This one is a semicircular region. Now this semicircular region, because when we say semicircle, we are actually talking only about this. When we say semicircle, it's only this half of a circle. This is a circle and this is called the circular region actually. This is the circular region. This is the circle. This ring is the circle. And this is the circular region. So this is the semicircular region. This is the semicircular region. Semicircular region. When we say semicircle, it's actually only this arc. Half of a circle is a semicircle. So what we see here is a semicircular region. This is a semicircular region. Now this semicircle, the boundary, let's talk about the boundary of the semicircular region. So you can see the semicircle and the diameter. See, we are talking about the boundary. We will be talking about the boundary of the three different food pieces because we have to find their perimeters. And wherever the perimeter is more, there the ant has to take a longer round. So to find out the perimeter, we have to find the length of the boundary of the closed figures. Now here, in the first food piece, the boundary is made up of a semicircle and diameter. What is the length of the diameter? 2.8 centimeters. The length of the diameter is because I told you in the last class, what is attached to a semicircle is the diameter. This is the diameter. See here, this is the circle. This is the circle. What is attached to the semicircle? This one. See a semicircular region. This is the diameter. This will be the radius. This will be the radius. When I draw this piece, this is the radius. From the center, this line segment is the radius, while this line segment is the diameter. Please think about that again. In this figure, this is the diameter. This is the diameter. This line segment is the radius. This line segment is the radius of the circle because see here, see the circle. See the circle. This is the radius. This is the diameter. Now, when we take a quadrant, when we take a quadrant, see this is a quadrant. That is quarter of a circle is a quadrant. Quarter, 1/4 of a circle. 1/4 of a circle. See here, this is a quadrant. 1/4 of a circle. 1/4 of a circle is a quadrant. And what you see in the quadrant, you can see the radius, and an arc. This is an arc. The length of this arc, will be, what is the total length of the circle or the perimeter of the circle? 2 pi r. The length of this arc will be 2 pi r by 4. by 4. This piece here is a quadrant. It is 1/4 of the circle. What do we see in the boundary of a quadrant? We see the radius here, another radius here, and an arc. An arc is a part of the circle. An arc is a part of the circle, a part of the circumference of the circle. So if we have to find the perimeter of a quadrant, it will be radius plus the length of this arc. How do we find the length of this arc? Now, if you complete the circle, the total length of the boundary of the circle, is 2 pi r. 2 pi r. Here we have 1/4 of that length. 1/4 of that length. So divide this by 4. That is 1/4 of 2 pi r. 1/4 of 2 pi r, which is 2 pi r by 4. So when you cancel it, is actually pi r by 2. So see here, I'll tell you something. Pi r by 2, half pi r by 2. So this one is pi r by 2, the length. See, there's another quarter here. This is pi r by 2. There's one quarter here also. This length is pi r by 2. And there's a quarter here. Okay, this is also pi r by 2. Add everything. Pi r by 2, add all. Pi r by 2 plus pi r by 2 plus pi r by 2. So what do you get? Common denominator 2. Pi r plus pi r plus pi r plus pi r. 4 pi r. So when you cancel, 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 pi r. So the total length is 2 pi r. When you divide that by 4, you will get pi r by 2. Now, what you have to understand clearly is about the boundary of the quadrant. So you can make a note of this. 1 minute. Yeah, this is a different question, children, but just make a note of this one. This is semicircle. This is the diameter. This one is the radius. And this length is the total length, 2 pi r by 2. Or simply pi r. Why 2 pi r by 2? Because it's half of the circle. This length is half the length of the circle. See here, this is the length of the circle. This is the circumference or the perimeter of the circle. The circumference of the perimeter or the perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r. So half its length, half of it, this one alone will be 2 pi r by 2, which is pi r. So the length of this arc, the length of this arc is the total length 2 pi r divided by 2 or pi r. 2 cancels and pi r. And the length of this line segment is the diameter of the circle, d. Write down this.
Ma'am, for the area of semicircle, is it like pi r square by 2?
Yeah, correct. Area will be pi r square by 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Done writing, children?
Yes, miss.
Yeah.
No, no. And ma'am.
Yeah. So tell me, children, what is the length of the boundary of a circle? What is the length of the boundary of a circle?
Circumference equals 2 pi r.
Yeah, so the length of the boundary of the circle is nothing but the circumference or the perimeter of the circle, which is 2 pi r, which is 2 pi r. So this full length is 2 pi r. So what will be half the length of the circle? Half the length is this one. Half the length is this one. So what will be the length of this arc? It will be the total 2 pi r by 2. Pi r, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's what we see here in this figure. In this figure, we have a semicircle here. This arc is a semicircle. In this figure, this arc is a semicircle. This arc is a semicircle. So the length of the semicircle will be, the total length is 2 pi r and the length of the semicircle will be half of that. So 2 pi r by 2, which is pi r. And this line segment is the diameter. This line segment is the diameter. So the perimeter of this figure will be pi r plus d. Pi r plus d. And when you take a quadrant, which is a quarter of a circle, these two line segments attached to the quadrant is the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle. And the length of this arc. This arc is 1/4 of 2 pi r. The total length of the boundary of the circle is 2 pi r. This total length. The length of the boundary of a circle is 2 pi r. And when we say quadrant, it is this piece. This piece. 1/4. 1/4 of a circle. So this arc, the length of this arc will be the total length 2 pi r divided by 4. Divided by 4. The length of this arc alone. The length of this arc alone will be the total length 2 pi r divided by 4. On simplifying, you will get pi r by 2. So the perimeter, if you have a shape like this, the perimeter of this shape is the length of this arc, which is pi r by 2 plus r plus r, because perimeter is the total length or the length of the boundary of the closed figure. Perimeter is the length of the boundary of the closed figure. So On the boundary of this figure, we have radius, and this arc, whose length is pi r by 2. So the perimeter will be pi r by 2 plus r plus r. That's what you see here. Or you can also write it as pi r by 2 plus 2r. R plus r is 2r. Here also you can write d as 2r. Here you can also write d as 2r. Pi r plus 2r. Pi r plus 2r. Diameter is twice the radius. So pi r plus 2r. Yeah, now we'll understand this and then you can write down the answer. So please answer this. What is the radius of the radius of the semicircular region?
1.4 centimeter.
1.4. Because the diameter is 2.8 centimeters, the radius will be half of the diameter, 2.8 by 2, which is 1.4. So radius is 1.4 centimeters because diameter is 2.8. And how do you find the perimeter of this figure, which is a semicircular region? The length of this arc plus 2.8 plus 2.8. Now the next figure, figure 2. Tell me, how do you find the perimeter? What's the length of this line segment?
1.5 centimeter.
1.5. What's the length of this line segment?
2.8 centimeter, ma'am.
2.8 centimeters. What's the length of this line segment?
1.5 centimeter, ma'am.
1.5 centimeters. And what's the length of this arc? Is this arc a semicircle or a quadrant?
A semicircle.
This is a semicircle. How do you find the what is the total? What is the length of the boundary of a circle? What is the length?
Higher.
No. What is the? No, children, answer my question. What is the length of the boundary of a circle?
2 pi r, ma'am.
2 pi r.
No, 2 pi
So
r.
what will be half of it? 2 pi r by 2. 2 pi r by 2. So pi r. The length of this one is pi r. And what's the value of r? Somebody's mic is enabled. Please disable your mic. Yeah. What's the value of r?
1.4, ma'am.
1.4. 1.4. See here, children. The perimeter of the figure is the length of, please look at the screen. Look at your screen. The length of this line segment. The perimeter of this figure is the length of, supposing you start walking from here, the length of this line segment, 1.5, plus the length of this line segment, 2.8, plus the length of this line segment, 1.5, plus the length of this arc, which is a semicircle, whose length is pi r, because 2 pi r by 2, pi r, and the value of r is 1.4. The value of r is 1.4. Next figure. Next figure. Supposing the ant starts to walk from here. What's the length of this line segment?
2 centimeter.
2 centimeter. How will you find the length of this arc? This arc is a semicircle. This arc is a semicircle. How do you find the length of this arc?
Pi r, ma'am.
Pi r. What's the value of r?
1 centimeter. 1 centimeter.
Okay. So this is not the center of the circle. This is not the center of the circle. So I think you are mistaking this one to be the radius. No. This is not the center. This is a semicircle. Please remember. Okay, let me show you. I'll tell you why it is not the center. Now your doubt will be why that can't be the center. How do you know it's not the center? Is it given? See here. Now, if this is a semicircle, if it's a semicircle, on the diameter, you'll find the center. So see here, this is the diameter. The center should be here. It can't be here. See here, children. See here, children. This is a semicircle. This is a semicircle. This one. Okay. So you can see the diameter here. And you can see the center of the circle on the diameter. So in that case, if this is the semicircle, then this is the diameter. Then the center is here, not here. Am I clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
So this cannot be the center of this semicircle. This is the diameter. The center will lie on the diameter. So this is not the radius for the semicircle. This is not the radius. So you can see here, it's marked 2.8 from this end to this end. That means from this end to this end is 2.8. That's what is marked there. You can see it here. From this end to this end is 2.8. So which means from here, see here, see here, see here, children, see here. Am I right? Can you see here? From here, from this point to this point, the length is 2.8. That's what is marked above. So that means the diameter of the semicircle or the circle, the diameter of the circle or the semicircle is 2.8 centimeters, which means the radius is 1.4. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Semicircle, this is the diameter. So this should be the center. This cannot be the center. So 2 centimeters is not the radius. This 2.8 is the length of the diameter from here to here, 2.8. So the radius is 1.4. So the perimeter of this foot piece, the third one will be 2 centimeters plus pi r plus 2 centimeters. Please work, children. You can see the answer here. Done, children?
No,
Finished
ma'am.
writing?
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Finished writing, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Finished writing, ma'am.
All right. Now let me ask you again to make sure that all of you understood. So what is the formula to find the area of a circle?
From 2 pi r.
Pi r square, ma'am. Pi r square, ma'am.
Pi r square, ma'am.
Pi r square. Area of a circle. Area of circle is equal to pi r square square units. Square units. So what will be the area of half of the circle? That is this portion, semicircular region.
Pi r square by 2.
Pi r square by 2. So if you have to find the area of half of a circle, that is a semicircular region like this, the area of this piece will be the total area pi r square divided by 2. Half of it. See, if the total area of the circle says 20 centimeter square, then this one will be 10 centimeter square. And the remaining 10 centimeter square is here. 10 centimeter square. So totally 20 centimeter square. So what will be the area of 1/4 of a circle? What will be the area of this portion alone?
Pi r square by 4.
Pi r square by 4, because the total area is pi r square and this region is 1/4 of the total area. This region which is shaded is 1/4 of the total area. So it is 1/4. The area of this region which is shaded is 1/4 of pi r square or pi r square by 4 or pi r square by 4. This area which is shaded is a quadrant. The area of the quadrant is equal to 1/4 of the area of the circle. 1/4 of pi r square or pi r square by 4. Pi r square by 4. So supposing the total area is 20 centimeter square, this is 5, this is 5, this is 5, and this is 5. So totally 20 centimeter square. If the area of the circle is 20 centimeter square, then the area of each quadrant, there'll be 4 quadrants. You can divide the circle into 4 quadrants. The area of each quadrant will be 5 centimeter square. So this is about area. Pi r square by 2 for a semicircle, pi r square by 4 for a quadrant. Area of circle pi r square. Area of the semicircle or the semicircular region is pi r square by 2. Area of a quadrant, pi r square by 4. Yes, children, you can make a note of this.
I have already noted the area when I said the perimeter of semicircle and quadrant. Ma'am.
Okay, if you already made a note, good. You don't have to write it again. All right. Now talking about perimeter. Circumference of a circle or perimeter. Perimeter of a circle, which is the circumference of the circle. So this is half, this one alone, this arc alone, the length of this arc alone. See, you can see the circle is made up of, two arcs like this. Now you can divide the circle, the boundary of the circle into two arcs like this. The length of this full thing from here to here, this total length is 2 pi r. So when you cut that into two pieces, each piece will look like this. One piece like this, the other piece like this. When you cut this into two equal halves, each piece will be like this. The total length is 2 pi r. So the length of each piece will be pi r. This is pi r, this is pi r. So totally put together 2 pi r. So the length of this arc, which is a semicircle, is pi r. This one is pi r. Okay, so length of semicircle. Length of semicircle. This one, the semicircle is only this one I'm saying. Semicircle. See, you can believe it yourself because I told you now. What is 2 pi r? What length is 2 pi r? This length is 2 pi r. So when you cut this into two equal pieces, so you have one piece like this and another piece like this. The total length is 2 pi r. So the length of this piece is pi r and the length of this piece is pi r. Put together 2 pi r. Pi r plus pi r, 2 pi r. So the length of a semicircle, is pi r. The length of a semicircle is pi r. That is 2 pi r by 2. This is the other piece. So this one is pi r and this one is pi r. Okay, so length of a semicircle is pi r units. That is 2 pi r by 2. 2 pi r by 2, which is pi r units. Similarly, the length of this arc this arc. Okay, which is the length of this arc is 1/4. This is a part of the quadrant. The length of this arc is 1/4 the total length of the circle. That is the total perimeter of the circle. So the length of the arc in a quadrant, the length of the arc in a quadrant is equal to the total length is 2 pi r divided by 4, which is pi r by 2 units. Pi r by 2 units. The length of this arc alone, this arc alone the length of this arc alone. The length of the arc in a quadrant is 2 pi r, the total length, divided by 4, which is pi r by 2 units. You're done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Done, ma'am.
All right. Now consider this figure. Consider this figure. Okay, ABC is an equilateral triangle. Okay, ABC is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Okay, semicircles are described on each side of the triangle ABC. Let me say ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 14 centimeters. Okay, ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 14 centimeters. Semicircles are described on each side of the triangle ABC. Find area and perimeter of the figure. Find the area and perimeter of the figure. Now tell me, how will you calculate area? I just want the formula. Now what is what? 1 minute. What is the side of the equilateral triangle? What is the measure of the side of the equilateral triangle? 14 centimeters. And do we know the formula to find the area of an equilateral triangle?
And half into base into height.
No. That you can use half base into height when you know the base and the height, when you know the base and the altitude of the triangle. This is an
And 3
Sorry?
into 14.
No. Have you come across this formula? Root 3 by 4 into a square?
Ma'am, we should multiply like 3 into 14.
No. Have you come across the formula root 3 by 4 into a square?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So root 3 by 4. We'll see the derivation. I don't think you have it this year. Next year we'll see, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have the derivation also. We'll see how this formula is derived. Root 3 by 4 a square is the formula to find the area of an equilateral triangle. Root 3 by 4 a square. So we are trying to find the area of the figure. We are trying to find the area of the figure. Area of the figure, this is very important. Area of the figure is equal to the area of the triangle ABC plus what? Area of
Semicircles, ma'am.
how many semicircles?
3 semicircles, ma'am.
3 semicircles. The area of the figure is equal to area of the triangle ABC plus the area of 3 semicircles plus the area of 3 semicircles. Okay, I'm telling you the formula to find the area of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into a square or side square, where each side is 14 centimeters. Root 3 by 4 into side square plus. What is the formula to find the area of one semicircle? Area of one semicircle.
And pi r square by 2.
Yeah, the area of a circle. The area of a circle is pi r square. Area of a circle is pi r square. Semicircle is pi r square by 2. See here. See the screen, children. See your screen. Pi r square by 2. How many such semicircles are there? 3. So 3 into pi r square by 2. See, children, I'll write it again. I'll write it again. See here. See here. Semicircle. The area of one full circle is pi r square. The area of a semicircle is pi r square by 2. How many such semicircles are there? 3. This is the area of one semicircle, pi r square by 2. Like this, we have 3. So 3 into pi r square by 2. See, it's pi r square by 2 plus pi r square by 2 plus pi r square by 2. Repeated addition is multiplication. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 3 into 5. Similarly, pi r square by 2 plus pi r square by 2 plus pi r square by 2. 3 times because 3 semicircles. So it is 3 into pi r square by 2. I wrote it. Let me write it again. Please watch me write it. Write the area of one semicircle and multiply that by 3. Pi r square is the area of a circle. Divide by 2 to find the area of a semicircle. This is the area of one semicircle. Multiply this by 3 to find the area of 3 semicircles. Now all that you have to do is substitute the values. What's the measure of the side of the triangle?
14 centimeters.
14 centimeters. Correct. Correct. What is the radius? What is the radius of the circle or the semicircle?
7 centimeter, ma'am. 7 centimeter, ma'am.
7 or 14? Tell me one by one.
Ma'am, 7 centimeter. Shall I say?
Yeah, Swati, what's your answer?
I'm 7 centimeter.
7. Okay, so Swati says 7. What about Nandana? No. What is the value of the radius?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Yes, Bhavishya?
Ma'am, for radius value is 7, ma'am.
Okay, Harshita? What's the value of the radius? No, I don't want any calculation. I just want the value of the radius. What is this semicircle, right? This is a semicircle. The side of the triangle is the diameter, acts as a diameter of the semicircle. The side of the triangle. See a semicircle. This is a semicircle. This is a semicircle. The side of the triangle acts as the diameter. Acts as a diameter. The length of the side is 14. So radius is 7. Semicircle. This is the semicircle. This is the diameter. This is the side of the equilateral
Sorry,
triangle.
ma'am. I didn't know. I was speaking. I was on mute, ma'am. I didn't know that, ma'am. So I left the meeting and I joined again. Now only I noticed, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine.
What were you asking, ma'am?
Yeah, my question is, what is the value of the radius of the semicircle?
Ma'am, Ma'am, 7, ma'am.
What is the value of the diameter of the semicircle?
Ma'am, the diameter of the semicircle is 14, ma'am.
14. Radius is 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you clear about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. All right. Now what do we substitute here? Children, the value of root 3 will be given to you. Now I'm telling you it is 1.732. 1.732 divided by 4 into the side is 14. So 14 into 14. 14 into 14 plus 3 into what's the value of pi?
3.14 or 22 by 7, ma'am.
22 by 7. You have to take 22 by 7, not 3.14. We must take 22 by 7 when nothing is given. Okay. So 22. So now children, this pi r square by 2, no, you can also write it as half pi r square. That will be more easy to calculate. Half pi r square, half into pi r square. That's what is pi r square by 2. So see here, 3 into 1 by 2 into 22 by 7 into r square, 7 into 7. Nothing. I've just written pi r square by 2. You can write it here itself as half. Both are the same. Half pi r square. What do you mean by half pi r square? Pi r square by 2. What do we mean by half pi r square? Half into pi r square. That is pi r square by 2. So half pi r square is the formula to find the area of a semicircle into 3. So you can see here 3 into half into 22 by 7 into 7 into 7. Calculate the first one. Tell me the value. You can cancel this. 4 ones are 4 4s are 16, 1 remains, 4 3s are 12, 1 remains, 4 3s are 12. You can divide 1.732 and 4.
Like a pi has a fixed or an appropriate value, the root 3 has this as its value.
No, the value of root 3 is a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal. This is an approximate value.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here you can cancel. 2 ones are 2 11s are 7 and 7 gets cancelled. What's this product, children?
14 into 14, 196, ma'am.
Yeah, 196 into 0.433.
Ma'am, I'm getting the answer like 84.868, ma'am.
I'm 84.868, ma'am.
84.868.
868.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for 3 into 1 into 11 into 7, I'm getting 231, ma'am.
Yeah, 231. Correct. So what's the sum? What's the final answer?
Ma'am, 315.868.
15.868.
868.
But if I don't have place, so I'm writing it here. You write it below. So 315.868. What is the unit? Centimeters squared. Centimeters squared. So the formula to find the area of an equilateral triangle is √3/4 into side square. √3/4 into side square. The value of √3 is 1.732.
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Next, we have to find the perimeter of the figure. I just want the expression, children. I don't want the final answer. Like I want this plus this plus this plus this, whatever. I just want that. I don't want the final answer. So tell me, how will you find the perimeter of the figure?
Shall I say?
I will just give everybody, or if you take some 2 minutes time, think about it. If you have the answer ready, just wait, Swati.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, children.
Shall I say?
Okay, Swati. I don't want the explanation now. Just tell me the expression. Yes, Swati.
Ma'am, pi r plus pi r plus pi r.
Pi r plus pi r plus pi r. Okay. Yes, others, please share your thoughts. Bhavishya, Nandana, Harshita.
Ma'am, I'm having doubt in this, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Nandana and Harshita.
I also thought that since the perimeter is 3 circles.
Louder, Nandana. I can't hear you.
Ma'am, since the perimeter is 3 circles, so there should be 3.
I also got some doubts in this one, ma'am.
Okay, what's your question?
Ma'am, no,
What's
ma'am.
your...
Ma'am, if you are going to do that in the decimal, how are we able to simplify decimal and the normal number, ma'am?
Oh, your question is how to divide 1.732 and 4, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me work it here for you. See
No,
here.
ma'am. How are we simplifying, ma'am? We couldn't simplify that, no, ma'am.
We can divide. See here, I'll show you. 1.732 divided by 4. Okay. Now, when you divide this 1 by 4, 1 is not sufficient. You'll have to take 17. Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, 17. So it's after the decimal point. So we start with 0 point. 4 fours are 16. 4 fours are 16. 1 is a remainder. 4 threes are 12. 4 threes are 12. 1 is a remainder. 4 threes are 12. Or if you want to do this, this division, I'll just clear the slide and show you the long division. We can divide. We can divide a decimal number, by an integer like this.
Yes,
I'll show you using the long division also.
One doubt I got, ma'am.
Yeah, ask me, please.
Ma'am, no, ma'am. You only found the answer for one of, ma'am. I don't know how to say that, ma'am.
You're talking about area or
Yes,
perimeter? Okay.
I'm talking about the area, ma'am.
Okay. The total figure is made up of one equilateral triangle and 3 semicircles. The total figure is made up of one equilateral triangle and 3 semicircles. So the area of the equilateral triangle plus the area of the 3 semicircles will give us the area of the figure.
Yes, ma'am.
No, you can ask me. What is that you have in your mind?
No, now I understand, ma'am.
Okay. See, the figure is made up of one equilateral triangle and 3 semicircles. How do we know that they are semicircles? Because it's given. Semicircles are described on each side of the triangle ABC. It's given they are semicircles. We did not assume that. And the question is, find the area and the perimeter of the figure. Figure is the equilateral triangle and the 3 semicircles put together. Yeah. Okay, I have to clear the slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you what is 1.732 divided by 4. See here. So 4 zeros are 0. 1 is the remainder. And the 7 has to come down, but that's after the decimal point. So place a decimal point and then bring the 7 down. 4 fours are 16. 1 is the remainder. 3 comes down. 4 threes are 12. 1 is the remainder. 2 comes down. 4 threes are 12. 0 is the remainder. So 1.732 divided by 4 is 0.433. Now coming to the perimeter. Okay. Now perimeter is the length of the boundary of the closed figure. Boundary, you should not get into the figure. You should just go along the boundary. So how will you go along the boundary? Supposing you start walking from here. So you'll go like this. You'll go like this. You'll reach this point. Okay. So what is the distance you have covered? 2 pi r by 2. Pi r. Because it's a semicircle. It's a semicircle. Perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. Half of that is the length of the semicircle. 2 pi r by 2 pi r. The length of this one is pi r. So you've reached this point. From here, you'll have to walk like this. And you'll come here. Again, you've covered a distance equal to pi r. From here, you'll have to go like this and you will reach the starting point. So again, you've covered a distance of pi r. You have to go along the boundary. You will not come inside the figure. You will not be walking on these 3 line segments. You will not be walking on these 3 line segments, the sides of the triangle. You'll go like this. Say you start from here. One semicircle, you'll come here. Another semicircle, you come here. Another semicircle, you'll come here. See, this is the boundary. This is the boundary of the figure. This is the boundary of the figure. You should not go inside the figure. You can start from anywhere. Supposing you start from here, you'll walk like this. This length is pi r. Then you'll come like this, another pi r. Then like this, another pi r, and you come back to the starting point. Pi r plus pi r plus pi r. Where r is 7 centimeters. So perimeter of the figure is equal to pi r plus pi r plus pi r. So you can even add it and say 3 pi r. 3 pi r. 3 into 22 by 7 into r, which is 7, not 14. Diameter is 14. Radius is 7. So 7 and 7 cancels. 3 into 22 is 66 centimeter. 66 centimeter. Just a minute, children. Now I'll give you the next question and then I'll just get back in 1 minute. I'll give you the next question and get back in 1 minute. Is this over, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Perimeter of the figure. It's pi r plus pi r plus pi r. 3 pi r. Pi is 22 by 7 and r is 7. This is the next question. These are semicircles. All these are semicircles. All these are semicircles. This one is 14. This length. This is 14 and this one is 7. This one is 7. So you clearly the figure inside is a rectangle of length 14 centimeters and breadth 7 centimeters. Inside you see a rectangle of length 14 centimeters and breadth 7 centimeters. And on the length, on the opposite sides. So see here, this side and this side, semicircles are described. And here also on the opposite sides, semicircles are described. So that means semicircles are described on all the 4 sides of the rectangle. Find the area and perimeter of the figure. Find area and perimeter of the figure. And perimeter of the figure. Yes, first work area and then find perimeter. I'll just come back to it. So what's the area of the figure, children? How do you find the area of the figure?
Shall I say?
Let me just ask somebody else. Swati, you answered earlier. I'll just come back to you. Yeah. Anyone else? How do we find the area of the figure?
Mom, I'm doing, Mom.
No, I don't want the final answer. The first step.
Mom, 4 pi r plus LB.
4 pi r plus LB. How 4 pi r? Okay. Tell me in words, how will you find the area of the figure? Area of the figure is area of
circle plus area of semicircle plus area of rectangle, Mom.
Yeah, area of rectangle plus
area of semicircle.
Area of no, area of two semicircles on the described on the length, because the radius is different. The radius is different. Area of two semicircles described on the length plus area of two semicircles described on the breadth. Described on the breadth. You cannot add all the four, all because the radius is different. For this semicircle, the radius is 7. But for this semicircle, the radius is 7 by 2.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah. Okay, if you feel this is, like too elaborate to write, you can just mark the regions like this. If you think it's so elaborate to write, you can just mark the regions like this. See here? You can just mark the regions like this. You can mark this 1, you can mark this 2, mark this one 3, 4, and 5. So area of the figure is area of 1 plus area of 2 plus area of 3 plus area of 4 plus area of 5. Now 1 is a rectangle. What's the area of the rectangle? Length into breadth. Length into breadth. Plus area of 2, semicircle. Semicircle is half into pi r square. Half into pi r square. So half pi, I'll use a capital R here. Pi r square. Then for the next one also half 3 is also half pi r square. 4, again semicircle, so half pi r square. I'll use a small r here because the radius is different. No, I'm using 2 r's, one capital R and one small r. 5 is also half pi r square with small r. Now L into B, 14 into 7 plus half into, you can add this half pi r square and half pi r square and write it as pi r square also. Half plus half is 1, right? Half plus half is 1. You can even add it. You can even add that and just write pi r square. You can add these two. You can add these two and write it as pi r square. You can add these two and write it as pi r square like this. Half plus half is 1, half pi r square plus half pi r square. 1 pi r square. So 14 into 7, 98 plus 22 by 7 into R is 14 by 2, 7. So 7 into 7 plus 22 by 7 into 7 by 2 into 7 by 2. Because for the other two semicircles, the diameter is 7. So radius will be 7 by 2.
I took it as 35 by 10, mom.
Or 3.5 and 35 by 10. If you simplify 35 by 10, you will get 7 by 2 only. Simplify 35 by 10, yeah, you will get 7 by 2. So 7 and 7 cancels. So 98 plus
154.
Yeah, 154 plus 7 cancels. And here it is 11 times. 11 sevens are 77 by 2. 77 by 2. What is 77 by 2? Now add and give the final answer.
I'm 290.5.
How much?
290.5, mom.
290.5 centimeters square.
Got 290.5, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am.
I found the perimeter too, mom.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I can't understand the second and third step, ma'am.
Second and third step. That L into B, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do you find the area of a semicircle? What's the formula to find the area of a semicircle?
1 by 2 into pi r square, ma'am.
Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, are all the 4 semicircles of the same radius?
No,
Do
ma'am.
all the 4 semicircles have the same diameter?
Yes, ma'am.
All the 4 semicircles have the same diameter? What is the diameter of semicircle 2?
Ma'am, for 2, 14 centimeter, ma'am.
What is the radius then for 2?
7 centimeter, ma'am.
Okay. What is the diameter for semicircle 3?
Ma'am, 14 centimeter.
What is the radius?
7 centimeter, ma'am.
Okay. This radius I've taken it as capital R. This radius I have taken it as capital R. Now, what is the diameter of semicircle 4?
7 centimeter, ma'am.
What is the radius of semicircle 4?
3.5 centimeter.
Or 7 by 2 also, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is the diameter of semicircle 5?
7 centimeter, ma'am.
What is the radius of semicircle 5?
3.5 centimeter.
Okay. Now, this one is different, right? For semicircle 4 and semicircle 5, the radius is 3.5 centimeters, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I've taken this value as small r. So basically, there are two different values for r. One is for 2 and 3, radius is 7 centimeters. For 4 and 5, the radius is 7 by 2 centimeters. So for 7 centimeters, I've taken the radius as r, capital R. And for 7 by 2, I've taken it as small r.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the second step should be clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Because half pi r square everywhere for the semicircles, 4 semicircles.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Half pi r square, what is half a plus half a?
1.
1a.
1, ma'am.
1a. Half plus half is 1a. Half pi r square plus half pi r square is 1 pi r square, or simply pi r square.
Okay,
That
ma'am.
is, see here, this semicircle and this semicircle put together will make one circle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the area of region 2 and 3 is the area of one circle, which is pi r square.
Okay, ma'am.
The area of region 4 and region 5. So 4 and 5 put together, 4 and 5 put together will make another circle, a smaller circle. 2 and 4 will make a bigger circle because they have their diameter is 14 centimeters and radius is 7.
Yes, ma'am.
4 and 5 together will make a circle. 4 and 5 together will make a circle, but of a smaller radius, 7 by 2 centimeters. So those two semicircles put together will form one circle. That's what is pi small r square. Half pi r square plus half pi r square is pi r square.
Okay, ma'am.
Now 14 into 7 is 98, length into breadth. This one 22 by 7 and substitute the value of r. Here also 22 by 7 and substitute the value of r.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Yeah. Finish writing, children?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Does not.
Now, how will we find
Yes,
the
ma'am.
perimeter of the figure? Yeah, perimeter of the figure. To find the perimeter of the figure, if you have not written this, take a screenshot, children, because it's time. You may complete it later. Just take a picture. I gave you time to write. In case you have not finished, take a screenshot. I have to clear the slide now. Okay. So now this is the figure. This is the figure. Semicircle, 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 semicircle. This is 14, this is 7. So boundary is basically this one. You'll walk along this semicircle, then you'll walk along this semicircle, then you have to walk along this semicircle, and then walk along this semicircle. See, you'll come back to the starting point. Suppose you start from here. You have to walk along this semicircle, then walk along this semicircle, walk along this semicircle, walk along this semicircle, and you'll come back to the starting point. So what is the length of this semicircle? What is the length of a circle? Yeah, what is the length of a circle?
2 pi r, ma'am.
2 pi r. So this one will be pi r and this one will be pi r. 2 pi r by 2. 2 pi r by 2. So this is pi r. The length of this arc is pi r. The length of this arc is pi r. Pi r and pi r put together is 2 pi r. So this one is pi r, but it will be pi capital R because its radius is 7. This one is also pi capital R. What will be the length of this semicircle?
Ma'am, pi and capital R.
This one.
I mean, pi and small r.
Pi small r. This one?
Pi small.
Pi small r.
Pi small r. So the perimeter of the figure. Perimeter of the figure is equal to pi r plus pi r plus pi r plus pi r, which is 2 pi r plus 2 pi r. See, you can even take out 2 pi common. Your calculation will become easier. You can even take out 2 pi common. When you take out 2 pi common, you will get r plus r in the bracket. You will get r plus r. So it is 2 into 22 by 7 into r plus r. Capital R is 14, small r is 7 by 2, or you can take 3.5, anything. I'll write 3.5. You can even take 7 by 2. You'll have to take, okay, I'll write 7 by 2. Anything is fine. 7 by 2. Just continue working here. I'll just continue working here. So that is 2 into 22 by 7 into, after taking LCM, you'll get, when you take LCM, you'll get 28 plus 7 by 2 in the bracket. So that is equal to 2 into 22 by 7 into 35 by 2. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 7 ones are 7 fives are. So it is 110 centimeters. The perimeter of the figure is 110 centimeters. Oh, this one is 7, children. Oh my God, I wrote 14.
I got 66 centimeter, ma'am.
Sorry. No, I made a mistake. This is not 14. This one is 7. Very sorry. 7 and 7 by 2 is correct, but that's 7. So it will be 14 here. So it will be 7 2s are 14 plus 7. So it will be 21 by 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 7 are 7 3s are 7 3s are. Yeah. You got 66, is it?
I got 66, ma'am. I was wondering how you got 100.
Yeah,
Ma'am, I
correct.
also got 66, ma'am.
Very good. I went wrong in taking the value of capital R. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am, done.
All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, can I leave, ma'am?
Yeah, Harshita. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, children.
Thank you.